Central Illinois, 4 Central Illinois high school wrestling teams trying to pin down a spot in the state finals tonight. Washington Wrestling, our perennial power, lost a tough one to Marian Catholic up in Sycamore. The Panthers eliminated in the team competition 37-33. Also in Class 2A, Bloomington battling Mahomet in Mahomet's home gym, and Bloomington got off to a good start. Cooper By right here with a win, a major win, scoring 4 points at 113 pounds for Bloomington. Then at 120 pounds, it's going to be Lincoln Steers. He's going to get a pin and give Bloomington 6 points. Bloomington had an early lead, but Mahomet rallies to win. Mahomet advances to state. In Class 1A action at Canton, a thrilling match between Olympia and Petersburg Porta. Olympia rallying. Brandon Gaither here at 113 pounds with a pin, and that really fired up Olympia and got them rolling. At 132 pounds, it's senior captain Carter Knobloch with the win right here by Tech Fall. That put Olympia on the verge of victory, and then Kenzer Burl will end it. The pin right here to send Olympia to the state finals and send that Olympia bench and a wild celebration. Olympia is heading to the state finals.
Every match, 6 minutes, all the way through. It took all of us, the whole team, to do that duel. Okay, and we did it, baby. We did it. We're going to state. Yeah. Going to state.
It means a lot to me, especially being a senior with my senior teammates that I've wrestled with for 7 years now. We worked really hard to get here.
Congratulations to a very athletic Olympia wrestling team and a state finals wrestling team. Well done by Ole. The host Canton taking on GCMS. Been a great year for Canton wrestling. Again, many of these wrestlers will continue to compete individually. Jacob Hardesty gets a win here at 132 pounds, much to the delight of a big crowd. Connor Williams, Dylan, and Maddox Steele were all winners for Canton, but GCMS knocks off Canton, GCMS to state. Busy night of girls basketball. We start in the Heart of Illinois Conference in Tri-Valley, putting on a show tonight versus Tremont. Tremont will break the press here with the Wagenbach girls. Sophia Wagenbach to Izzy Wagenbach for a nice bucket right here for Tremont, but boy, Tri-Valley had it going. Kaylee Magenheimer here is going to find Addie Phillips in the corner for 3. Then Magenheimer is going to take it herself for the bucket off the window for the Vikings. Tri-Valley is going to get the ball inside. Ella Black to Addie Fryhot for a hoop down low right here. Then it's going to be a fast break bucket by Phillips, and it's a win tonight for Tri-Valley. Tri-Valley winning this ball game 66-31. Eureka and El Paso Gridley in a great rivalry game, a great HOI game, a great drive here by Juno Zeller. Zeller gets all the way to the rim for El Paso Gridley, but Eureka needed a rally, and they got a rally. Gabba Musselman, the beautiful pass inside to Briley Brace, and Brace go give 5 to Gabba. What a pass by Gabba. Well done, girls. Later, Ivy Edwards, the three-point play. Eureka scores the final 13 points to rally from behind and win it 61-53. Senior night at Illini Bluffs as they honor Chloe Eaton, Olivia Howard, and Annabelle Reimer in this game tonight. So 3 great seniors. They played on the state finals team 2 years ago. They're dreaming of doing the same this year. They were taking on Brimfield tonight. Shanoa Howard, a bucket right here for Illini Bluffs. Brimfield comes back with a nice hoop by Sienna Graham. A nice little soft touch by Sienna. But Maddie Stevens will score right here, and Illini Bluffs is a winner 52-18. Also senior night at Roanoke Benson. These girls were on prep rally, and they also were showing off tonight on their senior night. A great senior class at Roanoke Benson. And of course, one senior is graduating, but her name's all over the record book. Bree Harms, the all-time career scoring leader with the steal and a hoop right here. Then Avery Alford's going to drill a 3 for Roanoke Benson. We've got one more senior to show you. Livy Beltrame. Is that right? It's a nice Italian name. And she scores inside. Roanoke Benson is a big winner over Putnam County. The Normal Community Ironmen are winners over Springfield Southeast this evening. Dave Feeney's Ironmen showing off some beautiful basketball. Zoe Wilde drives inside, then hustles behind the three-point line and drills the 3. Well done by Zoe. Later, watch the fast break. Zoe's going to throw it ahead to Haley Michaels. Michaels is going to find Annie Oliver, and that's a beautiful bucket going coast to coast for Normal Community. Later, more great passing by Normal Community. Haley Michaels is going to drill a 3 right here, and Coach Feeney should have an easy practice. I think they play tomorrow. Otherwise, man, because they look good tonight, they win it by 5. Bloomington Central Catholic, a winner at Monticello. A big night for M. Hurry. She scores down low on the nice up and under. Then Allison M. is going to drill a 3. Later, it's M to Hurry, and Hurry gets the physical three-point play. Central Catholic gets the win. IVC won tonight to clinch a share of the Illini Prairie. Great boys game had DMAC taking on Springfield Calvary. This game tonight in Mackinac. Cohen Gilbert right here to Sean Dennison. Dennison had 15 points. DMAC DMACC had 4 guys in double figures, 4 guys with over 15 points. Levi Kaiser had 15 points. He rolls to the basket for 2 right here. Jerry Hahn had 16 points. Zach Day was in double figures as well. Here's Jerry Hahn, the beautiful pass to Levi for the and one. And this is a big win for DMACC. They're playing great. They win at 70-66. The Jim Dandy is coming up next. Great win for DMACC.